In this video, we're going to talk about how we go back and forth between mixed fractions and improper fractions. Generally speaking, people don't really like improper fractions. Take 23 over 4, for example. Well, how would we write this as a mixed fraction? How would we write this as something maybe more understandable? Well, knowing your division, or knowing division in general, is going to be helpful with this concept. But I want to illustrate something that I think will help put this together. What is 23 over 4? 23 over 4 is asking how many times does 4 go in to 23? Well, check this out. 4 goes into 23 5 times, and we can do that just doing division. 4 divided by 23 goes in 5 times because 4 times 5 is 20. It doesn't go in 6 times because 6 times 4 is 24, and that becomes too big. Performing our long division, though, we got 23 minus 20, and we have a remainder of 3, right? What this is saying is that I can write this as 5 plus, or using our mixed fraction notation, that remainder 3 over 4. This right here is the same thing, just written as a mixed fraction or a mixed number. So the process for this is, 1, finding out how many times the bottom goes into the top, which is what we did in this long division right here, and then using what that remainder is and just plopping it above the original fraction. Let's consider some examples as some practice, all right? Let's do 9 halves, 15 fourths, and 28 sixths. Let's try these. 9 over 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times, right? Because 2 times 4 is 8. So it's going to be a 4. But then we have 1 remainder because the difference between 8 and 9 is just 1. So 9 over 2 is the same thing as 4 and 1/2. How about 15 over 4? How many times does 4 go into 15? Well, the answer is 3, because 3 times 4 is 12. The difference between 12 and 15 is 3 over 4. I have that remainder of 3 left over, and I'm going to keep my bottom fraction 4. Let's do this last one now. How about 28 over 6? How many times does 6 go in to 28? Well, the answer is 4, because 6 times 4 is 24, and then I have 4 left over, right? Because 24 to 28, we'd have 4 left over. This is 4 sixths. Now, just as a refresh, let's say I wanted to rewrite this in its simplest form. 4 sixths, that's the same thing as 2 thirds. So this would be technically the simplified answer, but this is also acceptable because it is a mixed fraction. Now, that's going from improper to mixed. How, though, do we go from mixed to improper? Well, let's see. Let's say that I'm considering that first example, and I have 5 3/4, and I know that I want to get back to 23 fourths. How do we go from here to here? Well, there's a bit of a process to this. It's pretty easy and easy to remember. It's going to be big times the bottom plus the top all over the bottom. Now that's just words, but what do I mean by that? By big, I mean the big number. By the bottom, I mean the bottom number. And by the top, I mean the top number. So let's put this into practice. If I do the big times the bottom, that's 5 times 4, and that's equal to 20. Now if I add the top, and I do 20 plus 3, well, that's 23. And remember, this is all over the bottom, that first part of our fraction. So I'm going to take this guy, and it's going to be 23 over 4. And lo and behold, we're back to our answer. Let's try some examples to solidify this new skill. I want us to try 2 3/4, 3 1/5, and 5 2/3. How do I write all of these as improper fractions? Well, let's get started. I'm going to do the big times the bottom plus the top. That's 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3 is 11. All over the bottom is 4. That's the first one done. How about the second one? Let's go big times the bottom. That's 15 plus the top is 16. 16 all over the bottom is 5. And that is our answer. And how about this last one? We got 5 2/3. Big times the bottom is 15. Plus 2 is 17. All over the bottom is 3. That is 5 2/3 represented as an improper fraction. And that's how you switch between mixed and improper fractions.